Look at this. It's 1945. World War II has just ended. Everyone's exhausted. The world map looks like a toddler scribbled on it. And the United States and the Soviet Union are staring at each other like two kids who both want the same toy. Meanwhile, Korea, which had been under Japanese rule, suddenly finds itself free and immediately caught between the two biggest superpowers on Earth. Lucky them. So, the US and the Soviets decide to temporarily divide Korea at the 38th parallel. Just for a moment, nothing permanent, totally fine. North Korea ends up with a communist government backed by the USSR and China, and South Korea gets a capitalist government backed by the US. And both sides basically say, we're the real Korea, like two people fighting over a parking spot. North Korea's leader, Kim Il-sung, is like, hey, what if we solve this by unifying Korea through, persuasion? And by persuasion, he meant invading. So in June 1950, North Korean troops storm south like they're late for a sale, completely surprising the South. The US and the United Nations go, wait, hold on, no, stop, and immediately jump in to help. American troops arrive, take one look at the situation, and realize the North Koreans have taken almost the entire peninsula. Not great. Then the unforces pull off a daring plan, a massive amphibious landing at Incheon. North Korean soldiers are chilling on the front line when they hear, hey, did you hear anything? No, just the sound of, oh no, they're behind us. North Korea gets pushed all the way back to the Chinese border. The US starts saying things like, wow, that was easy, which is the exact moment things stop being easy. Because China suddenly bursts in with hundreds of thousands of troops yelling, surprise! And the untroops get shoved south so fast the wind probably changed direction. The fighting becomes a brutal back and forth. Mountains, rivers, freezing temperatures, everyone miserable. Meanwhile, the US General Douglas MacArthur keeps suggesting plans like, what if we invaded China? To which the entire world responds, no, Dad MacArthur, sit. The war becomes less epic Hollywood battle, and more two sides arguing over who gets to stand on which pile of dirt. Back home, leaders on both sides are realizing, wow, this is expensive, and the soldiers are realizing, wow, this war is going nowhere. By 1953, after 3 years of fighting, millions of casualties, and several rounds of, please can we stop now? The two Koreas agree to an armistice. Not a peace treaty, just a let's not kill each other today agreement. They create a buffer zone, the DMZ, which becomes the most heavily guarded strip of land in the world and also the worst vacation destination ever. And that's how the Korean War ends, with both sides essentially right where they started, staring at each other across a line drawn almost 8 years earlier. No dramatic victory, no parade, just a lot of destruction, a lot of tension, and a reminder that when two superpowers argue, everyone else gets dragged into the world's worst tug-of-war match. The effects, though? Huge. Korea stays divided, the Cold War ramps up, the US and China become frenemies for decades. But hey, at least the armistice meant one thing for the soldiers on both sides. Finally, they could go home.